Greetings from beautiful northern Minnesota, everyone. I am JD with the Franchise Tag Podcast, here to give you a preview of my predictions for the Minnesota Vikings in this upcoming 2023 season. Kirk Cousins going into the year without a contract beyond this year is a little concerning to me. He has worked out a couple extensions with the team in the past, but no such agreement has been reached this time around. He's probably due one more big contract before he retires, and personally I'd like to see that happen with the Vikings, but we'll have to kind of see what happens, as they have not reached any such agreement yet. They did keep third quarterback in Jaron Hall on the active roster, at least at the outset here. I think a lot of that stemming from a fear that if they tried to sneak him through the practice squad, that another team would swoop in and pick him up, because he has had a very nice preseason. And he was a player the Vikings wanted to hang on to. So we'll see what happens with Kirk's contract. No more Dalvin Cook this year. He's in New York. Alexander Mattison takes over as the number one running back. I think you'll see some Ty Chandler mixed in, maybe a little Myles Gaskin, who they just brought in for some depth. I don't think Madison's going to get the 22, 23 carries a game that Dalvin did when he was here. I think you're going to see a little more of a committee approach there. Justin Jefferson needs absolutely no introduction. There is a lengthy and highly lucrative contract extension in the works for him right now. Hopefully the Vikings can get that done sooner than later. I don't know if it's going to get done before the season starts, but the Vikings have their sights set on keeping Justin Jefferson in purple for as long as they possibly can. So that is in the works. That is the news around town anyway. KJ Osborne looks to take on an increased role, which I personally am looking forward to. And the rookie first-round pick, Jordan Addison, who has absolutely looked legit, like the real deal throughout training camp here, has been very, very impressive. Game does not look too big for him. I think he's in for an offensive rookie of the year kind of year if he can stay healthy. So a very, very solid receiving core. TJ Hawkinson, Vikings traded for middle of last season. They just gave him a lucrative long-term extension, so Hawkinson will be here for at least another 4 years. Instant chemistry with Kirk when he showed up last year. Very, very excited to see what he can do in a full season with Kirk Cousins with that kind of chemistry. And Josh Oliver, tight end, brought over in free agency from Baltimore. Much more of a blocker than a receiver, but he was brought over very early in the free agency process this year, so the Vikings clearly have some very specific plans for him. Offensive line, running back the same 5 starters that they did last year. Right tackle Brian O'Neill looks to be fully recovered from that awful Week 17 Achilles injury. I'm very surprised that he's as close to playing in Week 1 as it appears that he is, given the timing and severity of that injury, but the offensive line's been an issue in Minnesota for several years. They have 2 very good tackles, but that interior line has just struggled. Hopefully another year of full continuity, bringing the same group back, will raise the level of play across the board there, because Kirk is... Watch that Quarterbacks documentary on Netflix, of which Kirk is a central piece. He comes off very well in that documentary, but it's clear he's tired of getting hit. So hopefully that offensive line can keep him on his feet a few extra plays this year. On the defense, this is where the salary cap issues really hit hard. Dalvin Tomlinson, Zadarius Smith, both gone. Eric Kendricks gone. Patrick Peterson gone. A whole lot of new pieces going to be starting on this defense, starting with the coordinator. Brian Flores takes over for Ed Donatel, who was let go after that home playoff loss to the Giants last year. Daniil Hunter looked like he might be another salary cap casualty, but they were able to work out a 1-year deal with him, so Hunter is back. Should help maintain their what semblance of pass rush they were able to muster up last year. They brought over Marcus Davenport in free agency from the Saints. Former first-round pick, has kind of had his ups and downs with New Orleans, but hopefully just needs a fresh start. Harrison Phillips in the middle, second year with the team. Linebackers will be Jordan Hicks, and look out for this undrafted rookie, Ivan Pace Jr., who won himself a job in preseason to the point that he might even be calling some of the plays this year. So he's going to play a lot. Keep your eyes out for him. Again, no Patrick Peterson in the secondary. They brought in Byron Murphy from Arizona, oddly the same corner that replaced Peterson in Arizona a few years ago. Caleb Evans, Mekhi Blackman, young, athletic, hopefully up-and-coming secondary. The Vikings certainly need more out of the secondary than they got last year. Andrew Booth Jr., second-round pick last season, lost his entire year to injury and is already having a hard time staying on the field, so not sure how much of a factor he'll be. Safeties, Harrison Smith took a big pay cut to stay with the Vikings, wants to be a Viking for life, lucky for us. Cam Bynum will start on the other side, and Lewis Seen, first-round pick from last year, also missed most of his rookie year with injury, but looks to start this year healthy and hopefully make an impact. I think the NFC North is going to be very competitive. I think you're going to see a fight to the finish here between Minnesota and Detroit. I've got the Vikings at 10-7, losing that last Week 18 game to the Lions with the division title on the line, but they make it as a wild card, and I think they're going to be a stronger playoff team this year than they were last. So thank you for watching. Skol Vikings.